And thank you for joining up today. We're gonna go ahead and have Javi jumping on today. It's Monday, and as you can see, the phone was ringing, but the call was disconnected. He probably thought I wasn't gonna pick it up, so he should be calling back shortly. For today's topic, it's gonna be an interesting one. So here we go.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada preparada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo interesado en la oficina estatal de Sonoma, Sonoma, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Link.
Hello. Hey, Javi. Hey, how's it going? I want to go to, thank you and for calling in till you have a collect call from.
Yeah. Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, now we can.
Hey.
Yeah.
I think we got to do another one. So I found out the trick to this. So when you redial, it resets the whole audio and shit. So let me redial.
Hey, but
it's kind of muted now. Let me redial, all right?
Hey, we're live already.
Redial. Okay. All right. Well, if you can hear me,
yeah,
we can go. Let's go.
Let's run it.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
So hey, so you know what? I remember the other day you told me that you got a visit or you were gonna get a visit. How'd that go?
Oh, it went good. It wasn't the best treatment, but it was good. It was good. My hijita, she cried. It was emotional. My dad, my older sister. They didn't let my little brother in, and his record is clean. He's been like non-active as far as like getting any kind of tickets and stuff for the last 23 or 24 years. But they didn't let him in. I don't know why. It was good. Overall, it was good, homie.
All
Except,
right.
Whether they got treated, but it was good.
And how long? Who went to visit you? And how long was your visit for?
Okay, so it was my jefita, my dad, my older sister Martha, and my little brother Joey. They got here at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna tell you that. It was fucked up, but I don't want to say too much. But yeah, they got here at 8 o'clock. And they didn't let them in until like 1:45. So, when I could have gotten like a 5-hour visit, I only got like an hour and 15 or 20 minutes. But we made the best of it. It was cool. It was alright.
Damn.
Could have been better,
Yeah.
My dad was so mad. My dad was furious. I'm like, relax, Dad. Like, relax. I go, yeah, this is the last time I'm ever coming to visit you in a prison ever. I'm like, all right, Dad. Yeah, so they don't mean to, they don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's because of my past. And I gotta tell my dad and I gotta tell my mom that it's not all them when they get mistreated. It's not necessarily just the officers, the way they're acting towards them, because they made my dad walk back and forth twice, and he could barely walk. They took his fucking his walking stick and they gave him another one, hella low that he could barely even touch the ground with, and they didn't allow him a wheelchair. And he's got his whole paperwork that shows that he's ADA, that American with Disability Act, where they have they gotta cater to people that are older and they gotta get. But they didn't give him none of that. My dad was pissed, and so he thinks that it was just because they were targeting him. But I know it has to do with my past. They probably thought that because they were honest, like they put two gooners just staring us down, like maybe honestly, just to hear everything from them. Just to listen to all the conversation and hear them one side and all that. So in the beginning, it was uncomfortable for what we did. Me and my dad and my mom, we just started clowning. I'm like, they didn't even know we were laughing at it. And we went the rest of it. Yeah, it was cool.
Man, that's nice.
My dad didn't want to come back Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, you were supposed to get 2 days. They were gonna do 2 days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that was the plan. So they were I'm pretty sure, because my brother, they didn't let my brother in, so I don't know if he went and rented a hotel or something. But, so yeah, it was supposed to be today. So, well, my jefita's going to start doing, she's going to start coming every 2 weeks. Because she knows that it's what they do. It's like a little tactic to try to deflect and discourage people to come and visit. And it was only 6 of us there, homie. And we're in the yard where there's like, what, 1,800 people? Out of 1,800 people, it's hard to believe that only 6 people got this, like called, wanted to visit. A lot of people leave. It was worse the next day. The next day.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, the next day they had some kind of resent or something. It is what it is, and you know, I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for what little time I got with him. It was cool. It had been like almost 8 years since I've seen him. So it's cool.
Man, that's what's up. Well, I'm glad you were able to get a visit after such a long time. It keeps you connected with your family. Phone calls and video visits are nice, but it's nothing like actually having your people. Like feeling them, touching them, giving the hug, and just being there with them.
No, it was cool, man. Like my carnala was telling me like all kinds of things that they cannot doing, like, cause we all have to go through this, like, when people get a certain age, like my dad's a wanderer now. Now they gotta watch him. He just walks out the house and he just wanders on the street. So like, my mom tells me like, man, I gotta be watching him like a little kid. Like he can just take off and he could barely walk. That's what's weird. Like they got like 3 different kind of wheelchairs for him, and his pride won't allow him to sit in the wheelchair. He's like, fuck that. I'm not old. I'm gonna walk. Even though I got this major limp and I can barely walk, I'm gonna walk as much as I can walk. And that's who he is, and we know that once they get a certain age, we all, we don't do that kind of lessons. We don't put people in like in the old people's houses. As far as I know, like the Rafa don't do that. You're straight from Mexico, like we keep our parents at home to the last day, to the last breath. So that's the plan, and so a lot of my brothers and sisters kind of juggling like in their mind, like what's gonna happen, who's gonna do it, So I feel it's only right I do it. I was a bad kid. I didn't listen. I was the disobedient child. So I'm telling them like, look, Pop, I'll take care of you. Like it's the uncomfortable shit is gonna be uncomfortable, but I think it's only the humane thing to do. Because only us we can respect, treat our parents with dignity. Other people are not. They don't have the patience to treat an old man or old lady in the way you would want to be treated.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a sad conversation. Like,
especially like when people they put their parents or their loved ones up in a convalescent home. Man, it's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad. They get treated, homie. They get treated bad. They beat them up. They starve them. They get neglected, homie. That's what the term elderly abuse is in models. People that go in convalescent homes and people who and retirement or whatever the kind of homes they are. You gotta afford different names for those places. But open up these businesses and just teach you kind of pretty bad, but it'll take your money quick, But yeah, we're not doing that. When my grandma died, she was at home for that day. And so, yeah, we tend to want to keep everybody at home.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. You know what? I don't. It's not. That's not only a Mexican thing. I think that's a common thing within just the Latino community, where at least for the first generation, you'll luck out.
That's what I meant. I meant more. Yeah, for sure, no doubt. I meant more like Hispanic, Latino people. We don't do that.
Second generation, trucha, because you might end up in a convalescent home.
No, I come back to prison because that happens. No. Hey, prison is that. But I'm single cell status. Don't forget I got my circulation here. I'm living the, like, this is not bad, like, how do you don't got somebody eating with the mouth open and partying, you know, feeling you good. That's what I got. Yeah. You know, the sound is still a little let me see. The sound is still, like, I've been having a disciple with people in the city.
Hey, Javi.
I understand. I've been catching it. Yeah.
You know what? Let's start off on a new one. Maybe, hopefully, it fixes that because, you know, right now it sounds kind of like jarbled up. It doesn't sound, it's not really audible right now. So maybe, hopefully, if you give us a call back,
so that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, so there's a trick to this. So me and Biddy, one time I was talking to Biddy and it was awful stuff. So I said, let me try to read out. And I read out and it cleared up to the whole phone call. So I did it with Letty. So I was talking to Letty and she said, read out. And I read out and it clears up. So I have to lock of the draw. Like you get a fucking good call or you get a call that's going to be cutting off all the time. That's why I told you in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think it's best I read it out.
But you know what? I think too your cable might be because we're getting like a little bit of static and it sounds like, you know, like if your cable's not grounded correctly. I'm not sure if you're moving around.
No. Believe me, it's the call.
Yeah.
No, it's the call. It's the call. Watch. Just let me read down. You'll see.
Okay. All right.
Want to read down?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, we'll be here. Oh man. Javi's he was eager to, you know, hang up the call and got off on a new one. But hey, you know, I want to go ahead and welcome Angel from the 805 and also Fishlayer SoCal. Right now, when he comes back, I'll go ahead and read off these messages, and then hopefully when we reconnect, the audio is a lot better. You know, I had been talking to him earlier on, and it was the audio was A1, but who knows? I guess everybody maybe is probably getting off of either work or school or whatever, you know, they do in prison. And the network, the GTL network here can't. Here we go.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
Un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Talent.
Hello, Javier?
Better.
Oh, man.
100%.
110.
Way better.
Yeah, hey, so we just got Angel from the 805 in here. He writes Cuvo, everyone. And then we also got Fishlayer SoCal, and he writes don't blame yourself, Javi. I'm positive both your parents were happy to see you and be with you. It's family love, my friend.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate Fishlayer and saludos al angel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, in a way, yeah, I still do, but yeah, you're right. Like, I'm so grateful. You know, I don't want to make it a negative thing as far as the way the visit went. Man, it was so good, bro. Like, I was eating so much candy because all the food was out, right? So I'm like thinking, why is all the food out when there's only 6 people here? So even the fucking machines were kind of empty. But yeah, overall, it was awesome. Like, at the end, like, me and my dad and my sister were fucking cracking up. You know, the clown that I am, I'm always looking for the good in things. So, like, I made an uncomfortable situation just, like, super happy. Like, it was good. So I appreciate this, Fishlayer.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
And it's funny. You got somebody at the door?
Yeah. Yeah, the Huda was at the door giving me a ducat and fucking complaining about a little window cover that's like 2 inches high. Yeah, hey, fool, I put that little window cover because the tower could see straight into me, and the tower's like, the computer faces myself, so I don't feel like he's not nice with me, so I put like a little tiny, maybe 2 inches high, a little piece of see-through plastic, just run it, and they even you're on this way, you know, they make that an issue, like, come on, homie. As far as I was told, they said, window cover's full during the cell. So here I am in my fucking cell with half a window cover, and they're going back on the fucking words that they told me when I got here. They told me, look, so I was telling you how you could put a window cover like this high, but you gotta be in your house. I'm in the house, but he's sending me a ducket in it, so he has to pick on me. more like to test to see if I'm ready to go home. So that's the way I want to look at it. Like, he's just testing.
Hey, but
and
you
I
gotta
passed. I just took it off. I didn't complain. I didn't argue.
you gotta remember that.
I said sorry and I took it off.
You gotta remember that whoever originally told you that, they might honor that, but everybody's not on the same page. So the next person, they're gonna have an issue with it. Or you know what? They could be up there trying to look in your room, to play pocket pool. You never know. So.
Hey, you want to see? I'm gonna give him full view. I mean, I should get on my fucking drawers all the way down, like hella, like what's up, way? Just take my lead. What's up? The fuck? Yeah, but yeah, no, it's all good.
Hey,
it's all good though, but like, there's just like they can never see peace in here, homie. You can be so peaceful, doing everything they're telling you to do, and then every fucking day is a new regla. Like, wow, like, God, last time I couldn't walk across the yard. Like, what the fuck? We're at yard. Yeah, they want you to walk around the track. Why? Because you're going to school. I go, what the fuck? I've been walking across the yard every day since I've been here. And then today, I got to walk around the track. Right? I just say, thank you, sorry, okay. I don't go against the grain, and I don't lash out on me. I stopped doing that a long time ago, but it's just things I gotta, I kind of believe that that's part of the training. They want to push us, make sure that we're ready for because that's how it is out there, homie. The free world is crazy. I want to believe, like, okay, I know in here there's a bunch of J-Cats, a bunch of crazy ass fools that don't care, but out there where you guys are at, it's crazier. You got fools putting out guns and shooting everybody, and fucking people having road rage and fucking and store rage and restaurant rage, and there's rage everywhere. So I think in a way it's good that they test our tolerance. So, I became more passive. Like I don't lash out. I used to lash out. I used to go there all the time. I mean, but I'm not like that no more.
Hey, you know what? And right now that you're talking about that it's crazy, man. You know what? It reminds me, like what was it? Maybe like a year ago? No, oh yeah, no, it was in December 6th, 2022. There was I'm gonna read you the headline, and you tell me what you think. All right? And I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now, so the audience could go check it out too. Let me check right here. Give me 2 moments here, and I'll go ahead and get that so everybody could take a look at it. Aquí está.
Hey, did anybody see the subway? The incident that happened in the New York subway, where the fool pulled out a gun and Jaina stabbed the dude while he was fighting the battle.
Nah.
It happened like about a week ago. Yeah, that's crazy. Like they were fighting, and I guess the Lucy wasn't feeling it. He wasn't happy because he was getting his ass handed to him, and he went into his backpack and he pulled out a gun. And instead of him shooting the other dude, the dude took the gun from him and shot him like 4 times. So it was like in defense. And then he wasn't even charged for that. He was at self-defense. But then Jaina, when they were fighting, there was a Jaina that pulled out a shank and she stabbed that dude like 5 times. Boom, boom, in the back. That's some dumb ass shit. Like she wasn't having it. I was telling her brother of a boyfriend that fool was beating up. But yeah, like there's no need for all that, man. People can't talk. You gotta be able to talk your way out of fucking certain misunderstandings or whatever. Like it ain't that fucking serious, man. Like you put a bunch of people in danger. They were inside the train.
All right, so I just pulled it up, and I'm just adjusting it on the screen right here. So I'll go ahead and I'm about to bring it up on the screen so anybody watching, they could follow along here. So Peralta man sentenced to 82 years in prison for brutal attack. SA, I'm sure you know what that stands for, of another man at bar in 2021. Imagínate, you go to the bar and
what the hell?
Yeah.
What?
It went on.
87 years old?
No, he got 87 years. He got sentenced to 87 years.
For stealing what?
For SA. Para le quitó las cookies, le quitó
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Le quitó los cakes a otro vato. SA. SA.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
No.
Hey,
No.
hey, si te quitan los cakes, what are they doing to you if they take your cakes?
Oh! Okay, yeah, damn, that's just real, huh? People are fucking twacked out there, bro.
Yep.
Hey, homie, a lot of that weird ass acting, like people that were fucking like, all of a sudden there's a bunch of like people fucking kidnapping little girls, So a lot of these dudes are fucking high in that fucking career shoes out there, homie. And that's why they call it that. It gets them. They're out of. They're just not themselves no more, homie. They can't go and handle their own self, pleasure themselves. They gotta go and hurt people to get their fucking socks off. So it's a crazy ass world, homie. Like I think I overindulged in the news, but like that's all we got. They don't want to give us no educational channels. We used to have PBS, and we used to watch Nova. We used to have fucking Discovery Channel. We used to watch like animal shows. So all it does in this segment alone is just news. It's news all day. So fuck. Like either that or watch reruns. Movies are reruns. So I tend to want to put it in the reruns a lot. But yeah, in the mornings it's just number news.
Yeah,
and you get to know like the world out there as it is.
Shut off the news, cause it's a lot of craziness going on. Hey, this dude, he straight he broke a bar stool on this vato's head, almost killed him, and I think he ended up using the gun, the strap, on this act here. So man, it was all bad. And it was inside a bar. There was people around. So.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And you said that fool was paralyzed?
No, he wasn't paralyzed, nah. But he was almost killed.
Oh.
He hit him over the head with a bar stool, and then it was so vicious that the victim he doesn't even remember. He's like that part of whatever happened. He just completely blank. But right here it also says that they caught it on video, so it's all bad.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, man, it's not worth going to a bar. Like if you gotta go to a bar and drink, pretty much like just I think like a lot of lonely people that don't wanna, they cannot close up if they're going through so much that they tend to want to go to a bar and drink. When you can just fucking stay at home and be safe, Especially if you live by yourself, like fucking go buy a case of beer and put a game or something, or put some music on and just kick back at home. Why you gotta? But yeah, it's just crazy out there, dog. It's craziness. This is all bad.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see myself doing that at all. I tell my mom, but mom, you don't gotta worry about me. I already been in a little room, for fucking 31 years, that I'm already used to being in a little room. So, like, even if I get Jesse to want to drink a party, I'm gonna party with the family, or I'm just gonna go buy me a fucking, a 12-pack of beer, and I'm gonna fucking throw it up in my room and watch fucking music videos or something, or play video games and just drink a beer for my birthday or any special occasion. But it is not worth me losing my freedom again. So I'm for sure gonna be so cautious of my surroundings. Like you, I'm gonna keep it on the swivel, homie. I'm gonna be aware of everything that's around me, and I'm not gonna fucking partake in nothing that's gonna fucking come close to me fucking catching a case or anything.
Hey.
Hell no, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, Javi, so el fish layer
what's up, homie? Every time every time you start laughing, I gotta brace myself. What?
He puts a fish layer SoCal. They want to check if the glove compartment's clear. It's a new employee, Javi. They're learning, big dog.
I sure is. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey, I just got that, dude. Hey, remember what you sent me in the mail?
Oh, you just got it?
Yeah. I just got it right now. Yeah, I just got it right now.
Oh, okay.
I got it right here. It's so red. Yeah, I got it right now. I'm gonna check that out, and then I got the money on it too. I got the fatty out, boy.
Oh.
I got the $50. The one that fish SoCal fish. Pretty good SoCal and ICEMAN.
Yeah. Okay.
I put in my slip late. I told you I wasn't. Oh, I told you, like, for those that don't know, like, I tried to go to store today, and, you know, it's just my luck, dog. Like, as soon as because I was sitting there, right, everybody was like, people act like it's the end of the world when they don't make it, when they're not first or second. So, like, people were acting ugly, so I just left. And as soon as I walked away, I was in the middle of the yard. Everybody started calling, like, "Hey, Javi!" I said, "Fuck that! I'll get it tomorrow." Like, that's just a coping skill, homie. Like, I tend to believe that if I push for something, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I just walked away. But yeah, I got it right now, homie. Damn. And she changed. Hey, gracias, James. You hear me? Are you still there?
Hey, I got you. Nah.
Well, if you can still hear me.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, yeah.
You know
yeah,
what?
Hey, thank you for taking your time to do this.
Just make sure you fill it out. You know, that's why I sent it to you. Don't throw it in your drawer or something and forget about it. Fill out that paperwork. I even sent you a few extra copies. If like that you mess up on it, you know, you could redo it, and it tells you how to fill it out. So it's all right there. You know, just follow the instructions, mail it off, and you know, say a little prayer, you know, and hope for the best. Cause man, if you go back to court and they resentence you, you're good.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I don't know how the hell you did this and how you found this, but I qualified for all this. I didn't know how to go about, like, first of all, getting all these petitions. Like, you got everything right here. It's got the instructions and everything. Oh, yeah, for sure, homie. Hey.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Yeah, I'll do that, dog. Hey, man, I'm lost for words. Yeah, thank you, homie. Like, only somebody that cares like that is going to go out of the way, you know.
It was nothing. I mean, all it takes, you know, I got a printer right here. I got envelopes. I got stamps. So, you know, it's just, you know, just taking the time, you know, to do it. So.
That's right, Jay. Hey, you know what that says, homie? It says you took the time, because I know it's not easy. You can say that, but I know for sure you got to log in. So I know it took at least a good 45, 50 minutes out of your time. It's gonna end. It's gonna cut in. I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna dial back.
Yeah, go for it. So, if you guys are wondering what I mailed, you know, Javier was I mailed him a package. It was a form that Lisa, the lawyer that helps out with the BPH hearings, she had mentioned to me. So I looked up that link with the information she provided me with. And it's actually attached to this. It should be attached to this stream, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And all I did was, you know, print it out and mailed it off about 2 weeks ago. And that, I mean, man, it took 2 weeks for him to, you know, for him to get it. That, I mean, that's a bit long.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada preparada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Nope.
Hey, so el Fish Lair SoCal ponte las pilas, Javi. We want to see you out here. Yeah, I mean, you got to do the work. I mean, you got to, you know, fill out that paperwork.
Yeah. I will. I'll give you guys my word. Hey, that food sounds so cool, huh? Fish Lair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Fish, and everything. I mean, you too, Isaac, if he's on there, whoever's on there, already knows about me, but yeah, man.
And then,
hey, I was reading the first page, and I qualified for every single, you know how it says there, everything
I know.
that's on there?
Yeah.
And I qualified for every single box, homie. Every box, so.
Get on that for me.
Don't let me out. There's going to be a recon.
There it is.
I'm going to do it today.
Well, you put it in now, and who knows, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
hey, imagine you go back to court and they're like, and they tell you like, hey, like, they imagine they let you go from court. Hey, you never know. I heard some vatos, you know, they get to go home from court.
Yeah, so check out. I know somebody that got sentenced to 31 years to life, and he had only been down 16 years, and he put in one of these papers, and then the next week they called him to the program office, and they told him, look, we're not even going to take you back to court. Your sentencings have been something. I forgot what it's called.
Hey.
And they did a minute order. It was a minute order, and they went home. He went home the next day.
Hey, do you remember?
That fool cried. Fool, he's like, what the fuck?
Do you remember that guy's name? His first name?
Crazy. Man, no, because I was only in Tehachapi for like 7 months, so I didn't get to meet people that, all the way like that.
Well, you know what? I know somebody that actually that they went. You know exactly what you just said happened to them. I don't remember what.
That's probably him.
What was it him? I don't know. I don't remember where he was at. I gotta look back at the video because actually I have a recording of him talking about it, but I don't recall if he says what prison he was at. And as a matter of fact, I gotta upload that it wasn't really an interview because it was more we were in the car, you know, I was driving to the airport, or they were driving me to the airport, and then I just started asking him questions, and he was telling me that you know, pretty much him and his two homies, they all got the same sentence for the same thing, and then he ended up putting an appeal in, and they ended up notifying him, and then he was out. He got out, and he's been out, you know, ever since.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's real, homie. It happens, dog. I mean, the reason. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The reason why I never ever pursued any kind of relief after my denial of my appeal was because I seen how unfair that was. That my client got to go home, and it's the same exact case, same trial. I see that the law says that if he gets a reversal, I have to get a reversal. So I thought they were just gunning for me, like no matter what I do, they're just not going to let me out. So I was under that kind of mentality, like fuck it, I'm just going to do the time, you know. So I told myself I'm just going to be happier if I just accept the fact that I'm never going to get out. So that's how I viewed my whole fucking 25 years in prison. I didn't pay no mind to it. I didn't even try nothing. Everything I got found guilty for, I will plead.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my mentality back then.
Hey, and just
I'm completely different now.
Just to give you a heads up, Fish Lair SoCal, he dropped $20 on me, and then he dropped another 20 on you, and he puts for you, he put one for hobby, stay up, homie, and then for me, he put for you, James. It's badass. You are helping. Hey, gracias. I really appreciate, you know, the small token of appreciation you're sending our way.
Man, thank you. Hey, on behalf, La Neta, I'm happy that it can help you too, James, because you are helping a lot of us, man. Well, you know, like this is like Biddy K put it exactly how I felt it, like my whole time. Like I'm thinking, okay, I know there's a bunch of other prison channels out there. And a lot of them are out there telling me they're doing war stories or whatever. But like us, you know, we went through shit too. You know, we're not no different. We just decided we're not gonna play ball no more. We're not gonna partake in that other fucking negativity. We've been in prison way too long. So like a lot of people that I know that call in and talk to you, every single one of us are doing all the work, homie. We go do all the groups. I already got 2 certificates. I'm going to school. I mean, we really are changing. A lot of us are becoming, like you said, one of the guys that paroled from here works at a camp. I think they're the ones that told me, no? Jason, was that you, Sapune Jeremy?
Oh, yeah, yep.
That works at a camp?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so, like, I just go to show. And so, no, I appreciate that, man. Big time, man. That's it, man.
But
thank you.
And you know what? I want to touch on something that you said a little bit earlier on, that, you know, your crimey, you know, he put in an appeal, he won one, and then you didn't get one. But you know what? You know, you should, as you know already, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this. You know, life is definitely not fair, you know? So, I mean, if you don't fight for your freedom, I mean, nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it. You got to do it yourself. I know if I was in that situation, I would have been fighting everything under the sun, every new SB law that would be coming in or anything, AB, SD, all of them. I'll be all over it. I'll be filling them out, you know.
Hey, but remember, but remember, I struggled with reading, like, most of my adult life. Like, I was just so embarrassed to admit it until I came to terms with the fact that because of my reading level and because of my struggle with comprehension, it was mostly the environment, because I was in a prison where fools were coming in and stabbing each other inside the classroom. I was in that prison alone 16 years that I couldn't focus on my education. I couldn't fucking read one page. Like, I would read the same page 3 times to comprehend what the hell that meant, what I read. So I got here, and within like 6 months, I was able to score 100% on the fucking reading on the process test. So even the teacher, like, what the hell? It says you got a 2.3 reading level, and you come and test after being here 3 months. I told her it was the tablets. The tablets corrected my spelling, and it showed me how to type. Because you know how it corrects how you're spelling in a comma and period? Yeah. So it was easier for me to read. And then they got the audio books, and you could follow along the reading. So, yeah. Like, right now, I can just read. I mean, it's so easy now. So that's what was hindering my abilities to be able to file petitions for whatever. And then I didn't trust nobody paying nobody no kind of amount of money, no jailhouse lawyer, because I just didn't trust it. So I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to do the time, you know.
So right now you're telling me that there's nothing that should be stopping you from, that's what I heard. There's nothing that should be stopping you from filling out those, those papers.
Oh, nothing.
Mailing them off. Hey, if you need stamps, I'll shoot you the stamps too. Maybe some envelopes. I should have included an envelope on there. Yeah. But hey, like I don't want to hear any excuses when you know, and it better not sit on your in a box all dusty and using that as to build a shelf or something.
Come on, Chile, man. Serio? I come from way far back there. I mean, like, I kind of educated myself in the last 9 months. Like, even my math, like, I fell in love with geometry. Geometry is fucking good. Like, I became hella good at geometry on my coordinates codes, the graph and all that. Like, I got that shit down to like I got like nothing. It became so easy to me that I believe it was the prison I was in. It was so depressing. It was number rise, number killing, number. We were getting searched like 3 times a month. Like, we couldn't even be in the house comfortable because I was still, I was just burning processing into becoming the person that I am now. So I was going through change, and then I had that near-death experience when I was in the hospital. I almost died. So I said, you know what? For the sake, not just me, for my mom and my dad, like, I'm not going to make them go through no pain, no hurt. Like, I need to do something fast. And yeah, that's how I check myself, bro. And here I am now, like, I'm really doing, I'm putting in all the work on me. I really am.
All right, then, Javi.
Like, a lot of people that know me from another planet now. I am.
You said it. You said it. You said it. I didn't. Hey, también puso el fish layer. He says. Puso. He says, I'll pick him up. Real talk. So hey, if you get out right there, he's right down the street. You got a ride, and man, you guys could go to Rosarito. You guys could go Adelitas. You guys could go to Revolution. Ahí está.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Hey, and it looks. I don't know if I told everybody else, but so I did some digging into the fact that because I'm a youth offender, so I had asked this question to my teacher, right? And then I went to medical. I don't know why medical has anything to do with it. It makes no sense to me, but they told me because I got all my vaccines or whatever, that because I was a youngster and I had my green card before I was in the United States illegally, that the odds is not really going to fucking deport me, so I don't have to worry about that. But again, that's not coming from IRS office. This is coming from people from the state that are telling me this. And my teacher told me the same thing. They're like, nah, you're way too young. I know a lot of people that got paroled to California. You're from California because you got to do the re-entry hub. They're just not going to release you and send you to TJ or Mexico, whatever, if you were young like that.
Hey, let me ask you, because I think I'm not sure if I've had to ask you before, but did your parents become citizens before you were the age of 18? And the only reason that I ask is because if they became citizens before before you turn 18, then you would be it's a
Yeah.
certain word that that pretty much if you're under 18 when they become a citizen, you automatically become a citizen without having to go in and get sworn in just because you're a minor. I forgot. I gotta look it up. I gotta check. You know what that word is.
Okay, so wait a minute. No, I wasn't 18. I think I was. When my mom became a citizen, I was like, I think I was 22.
Oh, okay. Then never
mind. I
mind.
was in Lancaster.
Scratch that then.
Yeah, I was 22. Yeah. Man, can you believe that? Like, my mom has never had not even a traffic ticket, not even a trolley ticket in her life, and she became a U.S. citizen. And I think I told my dad too. I mean, wow, that's such a beautiful thing, man. Like, that just goes to show, man, you could actually go through life fucking abiding by the laws of the land. My mom is amazing, bro. Like, you should have seen her in the visit. She see me kind of getting a little, kind of a little hard, like kind of like I was mad. She knows me. She knows I'm gonna react, and she's already going. Calmadito. I'm like, all right, mom, all right. I told her, mom, I missed it. So yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that. I'm not gonna say nothing. I didn't, I didn't. But yeah, man, I kind of just took offense to the way my dad was treated, and man, it was hard to follow. But yeah, fingers crossed on me that I get because I would love to work, homie. Like I don't. Look, that's the reason why I never did none of that fraud shit or fucking, how a lot of these dudes were doing the ADD. I always had it in my heart. Like, look, I'm going to fight for my fucking right to stay in this country because, I mean, I don't believe I was that bad. I believe I was young. I believe I was naive. I believe I was impulsive. I believe I was gullible. I believe I was fucking a dumb kid. Not dumb in a way, like, I knew what I was doing was wrong. But I was fucking, for the obvious, more ignorant, to the fact that, like, how the hell do I want to keep my citizenship, but I'm over here fucking selling drugs, This country fucking trusted me with the green card.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm really got for sure.
I found the word. Yeah. I found the word. It's called derivative citizenship. So if anybody out there that's listening to this, if your parents became a citizen while you were under the age of 18, and then you're pretty much a U.S. citizen off the bat. You just have to you could fill out. All you got to do is fill out for a passport application, submit the paper.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Showing when your parents become a
Esta
U.S. citizen.
llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And then you'll get your passport. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You just gotta fill out the passport application, and you'll be good to go. There is another option where you can fill out a form and go to down to immigration, and they'll give you like a paper, but you gotta pay for that. So if money's tight, that's another option that you could do. Just make sure you don't lose your U.S. passport, because then you're gonna be jumping through hoops, to try to get it again.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what? This is good info for my little brother. Alfredo. Alfredo's in Avenal right now, and I think he was like 17 years old when my mom became a U.S. citizen. So I'm pretty sure he qualifies, right?
Yeah. As long as he was under the age of 18, he should be good to go. And they just got a lot of people don't know this like type of information, so they be getting bamboozled, when immigration officials go down and pick you up, and next thing you're signing over that you're gonna voluntarily deport yourself. So I think this information it's important for a lot of people that are in these type of situations where they're gonna go to a country they don't even recognize. They came as kids, and next thing they find themselves from prison to the streets of Mexico.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello?
What?
Yeah.
No jitterbug? That was fast, huh? No jitterbug.
Yeah.
Hey, there was fucking steam coming out my finger, homie. I see fucking like little heat trails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so definitely if your brother was, if he was under 18, he definitely got action. He's good to go. And just a heads up, if immigration does pick you up, it's in your best interest not to sign, because from what I do here,
oh yeah,
they're giving people bond. You could bond out even with your type of case. So once you sign, if you sign, that's it. Forget about it, and you're gonna be selling chiclets over there on the bridge.
Hey, that was my brother, fool. That fool did 23 years in the Fed, told me, and they put him in the fucking IRS, and he signed the same day. Same day he signed. My mom was mad at him. He's like, you just threw away your fucking green card. Oh yeah, she was mad. My mom is game tight, homie. She tells me Javier, and when she adds a double R to my name, I know she means business. She's like, Javier, vale más que nomás a firmar ese papelito, eh? I'm like, what, well, that voluntary deportation. You're gonna stay there. If it takes a year, you're gonna fucking get your green card back. Like, she looked into it. So yeah, for sure I'm gonna do that. I could do another year in the fucking feds if I have to.
And I seen some videos.
I heard it's nasty.
Oh yeah, it's all bad.
Hey, I heard it's nasty.
They'll probably shoot you up to Adelanto, right there, right across the street from Victorville.
Oh yeah.
Either there or up to Tío Lacey in Santa Ana. I know those are two locations where they have contracts with the U.S. Homeland Security, and then I think they also got one up there in San Bernardino somewhere. So
Hey, as long as they don't do a vasectomy on me, I mean, remember, I don't know if you heard on the news, they were giving a bunch of girls they were making them sterile that were in the IRS.
Yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
were in the immigration prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made them, all them females, they made them sterile, fool.
That's pretty scandalous. That's some evil. That's some evil stuff right there. Yeah. That's like some Frankenstein type of. That's I don't even want to say the name, but it'd be like it starts with an H.
It's
that's some stuff that he would do, and but yeah, it's all bad. Imagine.
Yeah, that's horrible, homie. A lot of these females, they wanted to have a family, and because they didn't like their nationality, because they know a lot of Mexicans are fertile. Like a lot of Mexicans. Oh yeah, they're so fertile. They can have 10, 15, 20 kids. As long as my family at least, all my tias have fucking so many. Like even my dad had a family. My dad had I think he had 7 or 8 brothers and like fucking six sisters. So it's a known fact. Like
but you know what?
A Mexican woman can have.
I mean, where they come from, it's different. It's looked at differently. And plus, I mean, they didn't have any internet TV or nothing. I mean, so what else are they gonna do? And so it's not gonna.
Yeah, you're right, fool.
Like
even a condom is like something alien to them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like they never heard of condoms until they came to maybe up towards Mexico and Tijuana, and they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
A fucking little casquito, a little piece of plastic that goes over your penis so you don't get the woman pregnant. Like, fuck, I don't want to use that shit. I can't feel you. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't use. I remember growing up, I heard about condoms, like, I'm not going to throw that shit. I won't be able to feel nothing. But you can still feel the same fucking thing, homie. So why they didn't have them over there a long time ago, like, who knows? But yeah. It's crazy, bro. So yeah, it was wrong that they did that to him, anyways.
Yeah, that was that's definitely that's up there. That's evil. I think they ended up suing them. So I mean, I don't think any amount of money could justify those actions. Because imagine not being able, if you don't have any kids, and now you're never gonna have any kids because they just ripped out your reproductive organs.
Hey, I know I'm not gonna be going to medical once I get there, dog. Like I am not doing medical.
Hey.
I'm gonna be fully awake every single day.
Hey, you're gonna wake up.
Sure.
You're gonna wake up on the operating table, and then they're gonna give them to you in a jar.
Hey, who knows if they already did that to me, homie? Because I had a surgery back in 2000. Oh man, I didn't even mention this. In 2006, I got kicked. Well, I was in a fight and I got kicked on one of my nuts, and it created like a nodule. It was called a nodule, like a glandular cyst, and it was draining fluid into my sac. So they took me to the hospital and they took me under. They put me under. They put me to sleep and they operated on me. And the Huda was like, "Damn, you should have seen how they had you." They say your fucking nut, your nutsack was the size of a baseball glove, and they were going in there with fucking all kinds of fucking cameras and shit. But they fixed the problem, right? But who's to say that they really? Maybe they fucking tied my tubes too. Maybe I'm already sterile. I don't know, but it's crazy, bro. Like you gotta be on your toes in here.
Hey,
like people, people experiment.
Hey, my mother.
Me and shit.
Hey, my mother-in-law says if you have that procedure done, que se te va la canoa. Do you know what se te va la canoa means?
No. What is that?
La canoa.
Oh, hell no, I know canoa going nowhere right here, homie. I'm fully attacked. I got double canoa. I got long canoa, homie. That shit's not gonna happen.
Hey, so my lady, my lady be telling me that shit, like, hey, go get fixed. And I'm like, hell nah. Like, what are you talking about? Your mom said that if you get that done, se te va la canoa, and that's too risky. I can't take that ride. And then she's like, you never listen to anything my mom says. All of a sudden, you're listening to her now.
You're gonna end up, hey, homie. You're gonna end up in what is it that you're gonna be doing the new Folsom shuffle?
The old Folsom setup.
Yeah, homie. You're gonna end up in AR with all the fucking chichis. They're gonna be giving you hormone pills and shit.
That's all bad. That's all bad.
No tubes here. Dile que se los amarre ella, güey. That's what my sister did. My sister got a tube side. That's why my sister only had 2 kids. She got a tube side like in 99 or 96. Like she only had 2 kids. Like her and her husband want to make sure they want.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, people are thinking like that now. People are now saying, fuck, I can't afford to have 2 kids. I can afford to have 4. So imagine my mom and dad, homie, like, I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. I grew up in a 1-bedroom house, not apartment house. There were 12 of us living in it, And imagine how much food my dad had to buy. It was crazy. I remember he used to fill up that station wagon with bags and bags of groceries. I mean, we used to go through it in a week. We used to go through it.
Hey, el ICEMAN, el hombre hielitos just got in and he writes, nice setup, James. I like your studio. Say hello to Savvy Hobby for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you posted up what we did earlier, or was he talking about
no,
the one from the Zoom?
No. He's talking because yesterday I did some lives with David and Jesse, and I had the prison phones on the background. I think no, I didn't have the prison phones. I had the arcade, my Street Fighter arcade in the background, but I'm still tweaking stuff around. The one we did earlier on, I didn't post it up. But I'm getting ready. I'm just moving stuff around right now. I'm making sure I got the audio, up to par, and then I also want to make sure that I'm able to accept calls, just in case you guys want to call in, and connect with whoever comes on. Then I definitely want to be ready. I don't want to be caught with my my pants down, if you will. And
yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, but you know what, James? Remember we tried that before, and there was just the calls coming in. We gotta try to have them ready with the questions. That way I don't take too much time from you or from them. Because remember, one time I forgot who it was that called in, and my phone was getting hacked at the time, so I kind of stayed up like half an hour. I was throwing the test.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And then we got this shit. It's probably gonna be a double whammy. It's probably gonna come back and say something.
We got about 5 minutes.
But yeah, homie, I'm with that. Like I hear what I is saying that the setup is cool. was straight. Like when once they see the phone, like those are the real phones. Like those are the actual phones. The blue one is for Pro, and the black one is for regular. When we used to do the fucking back in the 80s and 90s, each phone call used to run us about 14 or 15 bucks, and now it's like now they're free. You look at how we've come a long way, homie. And so I believe the service. That's why the service is a little kind of like low budget. But yeah, like all that shit's the real shit. Wait till you post up the jacket, homie. I still can't believe you got that jacket. Like, how the hell?
You know what?
Yeah, that's a real fucking.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Windbreaker.
I got a bunch of stuff. I got a LA County suit, the top and bottom, brand new. I got that back like in 2001. One of the last times I hit county. I gotta pull it out. I gotta pull it out of the closet and throw it up here on the wall. And then I think I might have some LA County some jack flaps at my mom's house. I gotta go double check.
Hey, those are feeding for handball, homie. Really? Hey, anybody's out there listening? Yeah. Oh my God, bro. Hey, you can slide. So I remember the first time I went to the hall, I was scared to play handball in them shoes, right? Well, they're actually so good because when you're running to hit the ball, you hit the brakes and you can slide like perfect, homie. Like if you're playing jab flaps and you're playing shoes, yeah, the shoes is gonna make you faster, but the jab flaps are gonna let you catch that low ball, But yeah, that's a perfect shoe for fucking for handball.
And the ones I got.
Knows about handball.
In those shoes that I got, they're during that time era too, so they don't even make them the same anymore. I think now they give you like some croc like type looking shoes. The ones I got on the front, they have a little white stripe on the front that says LA County.
Wow, you got the real jab flaps, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I mean, hey, yeah, you got some fucking paraphernalia, homie. You gotta post that up. I think it'll be a good idea to put it by the phone.
Yeah.
With you should be starting to have like maybe by the end of this week, driving over some drawings to that PO box.
Oh, you know what?
So I got like maybe like.
I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I stopped by the PO box today. This is the first time, and it was empty.
Yeah.
It was sad. It was nothing but crickets. I thought I was gonna be having a drawing in there. Todo chingón. I was skipping to the PO box, and I'm over there excited. I don't even know what key it is because I've never opened it before. And I opened it, and bam, nothing, empty, nada, zero.
Yeah. Hey, but just remember that dude that passed away like about 3 weeks ago already. So they're doing a major investigation and they're holding back. That's why the texting was fucked up for a while. So they were fucking really investigating. They're trying to catch like people through the mail, and so like there's a lot going on that I don't know the whole story of because I don't get involved in none of that shit no more. From what I hear, they caught a bunch of people sending out like fucking doing some kind of deals through the regular mail. So a lot of the mail was being fucking like, this is the first time I actually get a letter since maybe 2 months, almost 2 or 3 months that I've actually seen something with stamps coming to myself. I've usually gotten just a flip, the JPEG.
Hey.
So yeah, like there's something going on.
Let me ask you, on there, what date does it show that the post office received it? Because I think it has easily been at least 2 weeks since I sent it. When I was sending.
You see what I'm saying?
So before.
I'll tell you right now.
It's been a while since I sent anything up there, but before, when I would send my boy right there, I would send him letters or whatever he wanted in the mail. It would take about 3 days from here to there. It was fast. So now I'm not sure.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I'm not sure what kind of operation they're running
down there. Well, it's because of what happened. So it says March 9th. And today's what?
It's already the 18th. So it's been 9 days.
So that's a long time. And for it being incoming, let me tell you, that's fast for this prison. Because, like, this is, I'm like, what? Maybe, like an hour away from my mom's house, an hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And I still take like 14, 15 days to get her letters. So when I got here, I was getting letters from my mom, and it was taking like 15 to 16 days. The fastest was 14 days. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, they're really scanning all the mail.
Hey,
Fool. Like,
call
who
back.
knew that?
Call back because it's about to. It's
Okay,
about to.
sir.
And I'm gonna tell you something about the mail. Right now, when he calls back, I'm gonna mention something to him about the mail and the feds. In the feds, it's even worse. In the feds, it takes it takes a long time, and they don't even give you the mail anymore. They scan the mail, they print it out, and that's what you get. You get a printout. You get a copy of your original, whatever it is. If it's a card, though, I think the only thing that they'll give you is if you're like signed up for some publications like magazines or books or whatever. Those they will give to you, but they have to come from like an I think it's an authorized publisher or seller. And but yeah, I think like cards. I know letters for sure, like handwritten letters. Those they scan them in, and there's a big controversy right now because people are asking, how long are they going to hold on to these letters for? Because they scan them and they're scanning them to hold on to them. And I'm pretty sure they got AI, reading the messages, trying to, or maybe already cracked the code on hidden messages that they got on these letters, and it's easier for them to connect the dots, if they don't have a phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention that to Javi right now when he calls back. And then I'm also going to go ahead and mention to him that what a ICEMAN Googled.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello, Javier.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but in the feds, I know in Victorville for sure, they don't even give you your mail. What they do is as soon as they get a letter, they scan it and they duplicate it and they give you a copy. They don't even give you the original letter. So at least there they still.
Oh yeah.
And then, but too, like right there, I think the CDCR too. They scan all mail coming in, and they hold it in some type of database.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're trying to crack codes and secret messages. But I mean, that's like the old school way. I mean, most people, if you got a phone, that you could definitely circumvent that. Not recommending that, but I'm just saying.
Of course. We're not trying to fucking tell people what to do or things how to get away with shit. We're just talking about what we know, how it used to be and how it is. So I think because they know that a lot of people were using the other route, they found out like, wait, we can use the old school route, so let's go back to the old school route because they're not even tripping on that no more. So that's how come all of a sudden the mail became so slow, because they caught on. They're like, oh shit, look at this, So they were catching a bunch of information that was going in and out through regular mail, that they were no longer going through the tablets or going through the other phones because they were fucking tapping. See, you got to remember, bro, a lot of these phones that come in, it's not by us. We don't bring them in. They bring them. So they throw them out here, and us, like, we're oblivious to the fact, like, we got them from a certain huda, and probably it's their whole plan. Get certain phones that are already fucking pre-chipped and already tapped to get to certain hands, and we're thinking, fuck, these are phones we're selling for whatever. But in all, they're fucking coming from the main fucking squad, the main fucking investigators, and they're picking up all this info. So they weren't getting it no more because a lot of dudes caught on. They're like, fuck that. This phone, like hell no. Who'd you buy this from? Like, so everybody lost complete trust in each other and fucking. That's why them things are no longer a thing. Like, for me, I don't care about them. Like, I no longer care about a fucking cell phone. They got me in trouble. I don't want to know. I'm happy and I'm content with the tablet, homie. I'd rather spend fucking $20 or $15 on a tablet a month and be safe. Not worried about fucking write-ups. I don't recommend nobody do it anyways, because you can't even trust where it's coming from.
Hey, Javi, let me you know what? I just thought about something you mentioned earlier on when you had your visit with your parents. That you had a bunch of candy, and coincidence that this video is has to do with candies, a Snickers bar to be exact.
Fucking. Hey, you go. Hey, homie, you don't tell me you're referring to the fucking video. I mean.
What video?
Hey, I wonder the one that I remember. I think you gotta look it up.
Oh
Where they're talking
no,
about
nah.
the Priya?
No, not that one. What I'm referring to is that
Yeah.
word around you have a collect call from is that up in Kern Valley, like a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
like I don't even know how to say it, without offending anybody, but that they get down like that.
Oh no,
Is
yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
is it the whole yard
Oh, you're
that's
talking-
participating in that, or
You're talking about the flip. Hey, you call them the flipping the fluppers, homie, the flip floppers.
the flip floppers?
So every prison has got a designated yard for them. Like, not technically because they're not allowed to separate, but because certain prisons they get like as soon as they drive up and find out that they're flip floppers, like people will get them out the yard because we don't want them to go out to visit. And so, for example, if I go out to visit and my mom sees a fucking, a person that's not dressed as a man in the visiting room, and my mom will get to worrying, like, Mijo, don't tell me you're fucking partaking in that shit right there. Like, Mom, come on. Like, I've been in a prison where it's like 0 to 9. Like, you don't hardly see that, So, Kern Valley's got, I think it's got a C yard because they got an EOP building. So those are called EOP. I think it stands for something outpatient, something for people that have mental illness. So a lot of these fools, they end up in them kind of prisons. So you got C yard in Kern Valley, you got A yard in Folsom, you got C yard in Pleasant Valley. And how I know where they're at, it's not because of that. It's because we're not allowed to go to them prisons. Like, we got a crazy experience. Like, fool, if you go to that yard and you stay there a little too long, people are going to think you're a fucking shitofo. So no, don't go there. Don't stay there. So, yeah, to each his own. Like you said, you don't want to say without offending. You don't want to say something that's offensive, and me neither. So I respect everybody's decision and whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. But, so certain places, if you're not with none of that, then you don't want to associate yourself with going to that yard. So, yeah. And then, Kern Valley was an outbreak of them fools when I was there. Yeah, because there was the gang members that were still pushing hard politics when it comes to that kind of stuff. They would fucking treat them bad, homie. Hey, but let me tell you, I seen some of the fools fucking put hands on a lot of these little gang members. I mean, dropping them. I'm like, damn, that fool got hands, I know, like, maybe 3 vatos that were, when I was active, they were homies, right? They were actually up there. They were shot callers. They were up there, homie. And when I drove up to Pleasant Valley, it was no longer a certain name. It had a female name, and I was like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, they call me this now. Like, no, you call you this. Hey, that shit was crazy, fool. Like, yeah, long hair and everything. I'm like, oh, hell no. So when I drove up to Pleasant Valley, I was like, my first time I've seen that. And lo and behold, I was not going to stay there, and I was grateful for that. Yeah, that's a lot of that shit. Right?
Hey, let me ask you, when you got to your cell, did maybe a Snickers bar end up on your bed or anything like that?
My celly was a ticket, man. My celly must have fucking beat me to the punch. Because there was nothing there. Okay.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, Casper snatched it up. Hey, does it fit under my door? Yeah, please. I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that shit open. Hey,
hand them.
Sorry, James.
Yeah, hand them.
Hey, there's a bag of chips outside my door. I seen the chips in my mouth got watery. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. Where you at? That's all right. All right, thank you, homie. Thank you. All right, back on.
Hey.
First off.
Hey,
I had to get my hot Cheetos. It was my hot Cheetos, homie. Yeah.
So hold on, I got some questions here I want to answer before I go on. So LBCK15 is asking. He said, "Hey James, I got a question for you. I have a question for you. How did you meet all these individuals that you have on your channel?" So you know what? It's an interesting story. Well, not really, but let's go ahead and make it a little bit dramatic. So
it is. No, I think it is.
One of my homies, he was up in Pelican Bay. He was on the main line, and he ended up walking away. Pretty much. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He walked away. he left. It's been about 2 years already that he went ahead and walked away. And I remember when he called me up, he was like, "Hey, they want me to do this and that, but I'm refusing." I'm like, well, you do what you gotta do. Like I'm nobody to tell him like, hey, go put in that work and throw your life away. You're short to the house. So I told him, all right, cool. And then I think this was like in October of like 2021 or 2022, and then like 2 months later, he called me up and he was like, hey, that's it. Like I'm hanging up the gloves, and then it took him about 3 months to get from all the way up there all the way to where he's now. And then I had asked him, I was like, hey, you know what? Like I'm thinking about starting up a YouTube channel. Do you think you could ask around to check if anybody's interested in sharing their stories? And it took a few months. I had asked him, I think like in either like June or July, and then he ended up getting. I thought it was like nothing was gonna come of it. And then maybe like in September, he was like, hey, I got somebody lined up for you. I was like, all right then, shoot it. And then and the first person that came on was Richard Martinez. And then the rest is history. After that, it was just like a domino effect. I just needed that one introduction, that one connection, and then from there, people have just been referred to me by these gentlemen. And so far I don't know, it's like 12, 13 people that have come on already, maybe 14 already. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what happened. And then if Fischler SoCal pone orale, it's not Adam and Eve anymore, it's Adam and Steve. And then he put then he put
hey, that was funny.
this one that would suck, getting beat down by how do you explain that? Hey, have you ever seen something like that? Where there was
oh my God!
How do you explain
I told
that?
you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's all bad right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like you never want to get. Oh, them fools got hands, homie. They got hands. Why? Because they have to fight their whole life. They have to have something to prove. But yeah, so hey, and you know what, Addie?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, I want to answer that question that the homie asked you, and you know what? It is such a great idea, homie, because you run into individuals that went through it, homie, that put in so much work, and without having to fucking gossip and fucking tell you the war stories, let me tell you, I could vouch on a lot of these dudes. They went through it, homie. They put in so much work in prison, and it's never enough. It's never enough, homie. You could be doing the right thing, but there's gonna be somebody hating, and they're going to have you get dealt with later. And you did nothing wrong. So it's loose. And like I said, everybody, I'm saying this with all due respect to everybody's listening that's still active and happen to be listening. And there's nobody talking shit about none of you guys. And we're all real respectful right here, and we're just saying, hey, some of us just want to go home, and some of us got, aging parents like me. My dad's 91, my mom's like 87. So I'm trying to make it home before they pass. That's all. And I think that I happened because had I not had them, I probably would have just stayed in the game, but so that's what creates a lot of change in us. Like a lot of us have friends, like your homeboy, and it's so good. Kudos for you, fucking James, for being there for your friend. That's a true friend, homie. And so
I try.
Look at what you ended up doing. Yeah, look at what you ended up doing, and I'm telling you, like I get so many fucking texts from different people. Like Biddy K wrote something so good, and I'm pretty sure you already got it. And she read it to me, and I was like, man, I was speechless.
Yeah.
I was like, man, people get us. People understand us.
Which
people
reminds me, I need to reply to her. Yeah, she did. She knows how to write. Man, me, you get lucky if you get maybe like 10 words. But yeah, no, she really. Well, you know what? It's just a lot of the times when I reply to you, it's like I have a moment, so I'll just get on really quick and boom, and type it in, and I'm out. Because you gotta remember, I'm talking to multiple people, so I can't sit there and focus on it too much. Maybe when I'm at work I do, but when I'm at the crib, I try to cut down on that, just because I do these calls, and these calls take up a big chunk of my time.
Yeah, she's got such a way of looking at things that are like the way we feel. So it fucking tripped me out. I had no words after what she read it to me, and I was like, wow, it's exactly, she got every single detail, everything, and even her ideas are so up there, homie. Like I tell her, she's a genius. straight genius. I mean, like that, and those are the kind of listeners you got. Look at SoCal. Fish Larry. He's got such a sense of humor, homie. Like, there's not one thing that homie said that I ain't had me like sincerely fucking laughing, like balling up, curling up. I was laughing. You know, and so we got a little bit of everything, you know.
You know, and I definitely gotta agree with you. It's a small community here, but you know the people that do come in, the listeners, the supporters, you know, they're great. You know, there's no BS. You know, as far as you know, as I've been on the channel, like there hasn't been any drama except for like that one day that it was really weird a few months ago. But other than that, you know, it's been smooth sailing, and hopefully you know it stays like that.
Yeah. Oh, and also, so as far as like telling the story and all that, so for those that don't know, like we ran into some kind of like technical difficulties because nothing was working. So a lot of us kind of fell off as far as where our story ended and how much we had already told. So I still do remember where I was at, and eventually.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
And I'll continue on that because it was towards the end, like before I became level 3. Like my whole life trying to get to a level 3, like trying to get down south to where my mom lives. I was really trying to get down to Donovan because it's only 5 minutes from my mom's house. But like my whole term trying to get down here, and there was no way. I didn't know how to go about it other than just fucking go to board and just keep trying it. So I finally got granted the chance on an override with this counselor, this cool ass counselor that works in fucking in Kern Valley. He's an ex-officer, and he's an amazing person, honey. So that's why I say there's good and there's bad in everything. So when I'm over here being negative about cops, they don't necessarily mean everybody. So everybody, you know, if there is some kind of correctional officers listening, like I'm not directing this to all of you guys. There's a little bad in everything. I think it's gonna hang up.
Yeah,
how much?
it is. Yeah. All right, Javi. I was trying to give him the warning, but maybe I guess he couldn't hear it, so he didn't react to it. Maybe the feed here is not going all the way through. I gotta double check it, man, because you know it's cumbersome over here. You know, with all these cables, I got this cable over here, I got that cable, which reminds me, I'm looking down on my floor right now. I got a mess of wires down here. I got my router on the floor. I got my my Wi-Fi box. I got like these little boxes that provide service to those phones I got on the wall. So I need to take the time, and I need to go ahead and do some better cable management, because it's just thrown down here like a bowl of spaghetti just spilled on the floor right here under my computer. And I got to go ahead and fix all this stuff up and get it off the floor and do a little bit better.
This call is now being recorded.
All right.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
All right, it's kind of delayed. Let's see if it connects or.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, you didn't catch that part, did you?
Nah.
Did you catch that part?
Nah. Nah.
I thought he just came up to the door and he was asking for sausage. I'm like, hey, I was hoping. I was hoping you were already on, because I got tired in the conversation, right? And I was like, yeah. I told him I made the story yet, and I traded him 2 bags of beans for a sausage. 2 bags of rice for a sausage, right? And like, hey, what's up with the sausage? I'm like, oh yeah, you help me out. I was trying not to say it. I didn't know you hadn't picked up, but yeah, that just happened. That shit was funny.
So I was talking about because I got a mess over here with the wires and stuff, and for like my internet, my router, and my Ethernet cable. It's desmadre. I mean, the easiest way I could put it. And El ICEMAN puts make sure you have enough amps in your fuse box. Yeah, and with that, we went ahead and actually we upgraded it. We upgraded our the capacity of our fuse box, because we ended up, we added some extra room, so we couldn't do it what we had before. It just wasn't enough. Our box would have melted, and and then also El Iceman, he wants to know, we're gonna go back to Kern Valley. We're taking you back down Memory Lane, and he's asking, did you perform?
Oh yeah.
Did you perform any facelifts at Kern Valley? And if so,
Hey, homie, you know what? I'm really gonna try to get a hold. So, okay, I think I gotta get a hold of my prima Lorena, right? I got a feeling my prima Lorena is mad, because I remember one time she tapped in when I told her about it, right? And she tapped in, and I was kind of disappointed with her, because I was looking for. She's got my best artwork, homie, and I told her, prima, I need you to send just a screenshot of my artwork, And when she was on it listening one time, I told her, hey, I told her, hey, prima, I swear, if you don't get the artwork, I want for $1. What is the $8 though? Okay, it's okay. I told her, thank you. So I told her, prima, if you don't get my artwork, I'm gonna whoop that ass, right? But I played with her like on a private call, so maybe she felt some kind of way that I threw her out there in front of everybody. So like I never got a chance to apologize if that was the case, right? But yeah, so she's got all them pictures, homie. The facelift one, because I used to play with her. I used to clown her all the time. I go, hey, prima, check it out before and after. And she was laughing. She's like, you're a fucking clown, But yeah, homie, that's crazy. I'll find some. But yeah, that's where it was. It was in Kern Valley, to answer the question. It was in Kern Valley, homie. It was right there.
And for anybody that's listening, you guys do have the option of calling in. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a phone number on there. It's, I think, 716 area code. If you call in, it'll connect the call to us, and you'll be able to speak to me and Javi if there's anything that you feel like asking. It's here. I know I haven't been promoting it quite some time, but it's there. So so feel free to call in and tap in with us.
Don't be shy. Hey, don't be like I was. Remember, I was in the beginning. I kept saying, man, I don't know how I sound. I don't know if I sound good. I was always worried about how I came out, how I sounded. And you know what? I've came a long ways, homie. Like, I just pretend I'm talking to you. That's what I do. And even you, James, like, I noticed your stutter's gone, homie. Like, you're actually, and then you're asking more questions, and that's what I wanted, because I would feel some kind of pressure. I didn't know when to shut up, so I would go for like 3 hours. Like, if you leave that mic and you bounce, I could be on here for 5 hours, and it's mostly because I don't know how to, like, the quiet, the silence in between is a little awkward for me, because, okay, let me see if I could make it, say it to where you guys can understand. So in my cell, I gotta always have noise, because it drowns everything that's on the outside. I don't want to hear nobody's business. I don't want to hear what the fuck is going on there. So I always got the TV on blast. So a lot of times people say, Javi, I was calling you on the tier. I say, I don't care, homie. If it's that important, you send me a kite. I'm not going to talk on the tier. I'm not going to do it. So I've always had a thing with silence, like, because I did a shoot term for 3 years. My first shoot term, I was in a shoot for 3 years. I didn't have a TV or a radio. And let me tell you, that shit took a toll. Like, it really messed me up mentally, because I heard everybody's business. I heard everybody arguing. Everybody that had sellies. I heard people get stabbed. I heard people get killed. And I didn't want to hear this shit. So I will make earplugs, but I could still hear it. I would stuff my ears with toilet paper and plastic, and I could still hear the shit. So there's something that I have with silence. Like, I don't want to hear. I don't like the sound of, like, no noise. I got to have noise. So that's why I was like that, and so I think I got lost. James, help me out here.
Yeah,
why did I
here.
even go there? Why did I go?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I went from explaining about the facelift in Kern County to fucking how I don't like the sound of a fucking TV. Oh, okay, I think I know. I remember now. So I'm talking about how good you gotten. Like, you became good at it, homie, and you're asking good ass questions. And I think those are the perfect ingredients for, like, a good fucking a long future in doing this, you know, because prison is always going to be prison. There's always going to be empty cells, and there's always going to be cells being filled up, and there's always going to be stories for you to share with the people out there, you know. And it's also going to help these youngsters not come to prison because they're going to hear from the horse's mouth. They're going to hear from us the shit we go through that they don't go through. So I don't want no other kid to go have to fucking shit, you know, come to prison and have to work out with a feeling or an ass like they're up there in a fucking working on a shoe yard or in the fucking concrete yard and fucking work out, and after that somebody's gonna get stabbed, and like, you know, a lot of that shit traumatizes it, and it changes you. It's like it just traumatizes you. It gives you that PTSD, that post traumatic stress.
Yeah.
And that shit is real, homie. There's a lot of skittish people in here. There's a bunch of paranoid people. You know how many people always constantly looking over their shoulder and talking to them, and you get so uncomfortable, and you tend to think, like, fuck, what's gonna happen right here? And so that's what happens. And there's nothing happening. It's all in their head. So yeah, we don't want like a bunch of kids going back off to the street being all paranoid and worried about what they say or what they do or who they walk by and shit like that. That's just not a good. It's not a good world inside or a good world outside. So yeah, like it's all for the good, homie.
Hey, so
good, James.
So we got a question from LBCK15, and he wants to ask. We need to, or he's actually making a comment. We need to do a Spanish show with Javi again. We definitely gotta do.
Hey, for reals, homie. For reals, it's so yeah. Whenever you up for it, homie. Like me, I'm all talk, homie. I can talk. It makes me feel alive, homie. You know, at the same time, I'm sharing a little bit of my life, and it's helping me. It's helping me learn how to fucking talk, like in public. I used to struggle. I wasn't able to speak in front of 3 people, 4 people. And now I do groups and fucking, I've done that Alternative to Violence project. I did the Forgiveness project. I got my certificate. And let me tell you, homie, when you can get up there and fucking tell your story and tear up in front of a bunch of grown-ass men, you know, it takes courage. It's not weakness. It takes courage. I used to think it was weakness. I see another man cry. I used to think, what a fucking weak bastard. Hell no. That is courageous, homie. It is courageous. It was something that was given to us by our Creator to be able to express our emotions and to be able to cry. And, you know, we all have a story, and you can't ball that shit in, homie. And that's how you become fucking depressed. Because you fucking just tend to ball all your feelings inside and you don't express them. You got to bring them out. You got to tear up. You got to cry. You got to let it out. So I was able to experience that, and I didn't think that was ever possible in prison, and it's real, homie. So, but you know, without saying no names of who did it, who did what, I could tell you that we went through 2 boxes of fucking tissue. You know, a lot of tears. There was a lot of tears. Shit. People. Doing the redemption, there are people that really change, homie.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But yeah.
So,
yeah,
and then we also had one of our regulars here that goes by HG, and he's asking. He said, "Is it cool to throw some money on homie's books? I know how it is, and just show some love. Tu sabes?" And then I replied to him. Let me see. What did I put? And then I told him, for sure, do you know about the GTL Connected app? And then he replies, homie, reminds me of my little carnal that's locked up. And then I put, that would be big of you, good looking out. And then he said that he had an account in Arizona. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's not required. I mean, but if you know si te nace, then, you know, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, see, if you shoot it from the heart, then, you know, most definitely. And if you could get it, you know, from your hands to his, then even better.
Yeah, and again, I want to cut in and say this, like, I don't do that for that reason. So anybody that does look out, like, just know that, like, man, it's super highly appreciated, because I am a timid person. Like, I don't even ask my mom. My sister told me today, like, why haven't you asked for a package? I said, I'm good. I have a problem since I was a little kid. I want to say because of the trauma and the fear that I had in my dad. Like, I was so scared to ask for things, so I never asked for shit. As you can see, I never even asked for help on my legal work with nobody. So yeah, like it's never recommend. Like I'm not asking for nothing, and James said, if it comes from your heart, it's more of a gift. It's mostly welcome because I wouldn't want it to come out of me actually profiting out of my story. Because also I don't want the board to think, oh, look at him, he's selling the story. No, on donation, there's nothing wrong with that. And so yeah. I appreciate you saying that, James. That's the same way I feel.
All right,
So
yeah.
my CDC number is on there, man. Like I would appreciate like even support letters. Like people that are listening and want to write me a support letter, they could actually send it to my tablet and I could print it out when I go to the board. And I could take a copy of all these letters, so it could show them like, look at this is how people view me. This is how people feel about me out there. So I'm okay to go back out. I've been in here 31 years. I'm a grown man, I don't have the mentality to fucking fuck up my life again. I am no longer searching to do fast money. I am a hard worker. I'm ready to go, so yeah, I'm doing all the work. I gotta get out already.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, and then he also writes. HG writes. Trust me, I know what's up, ese.
That's right, homie. Hey, I appreciate. What's his name again?
H. Hey.
All right.
HG.
Good. That sounds like and hopefully your little brother doing good. And you got to remember, a lot of us in prison that have brothers, we're fucking prideful, homie. So if your brother's not constantly writing you letters or trying to get a hold of you and talk to you and kind of tell you what he's really feeling, let me tell you, homie, a lot of us, we love our brothers, but what we do, we tend to close up and for the sake of not bringing no pressure and no hurt into the family, because we already feel that we let you guys down out there. Like I feel I let my mom down, my dad down, my brothers down, so there's we feel some kind of way, so we kind of become a little distant. But let me guarantee you that your little brother thinks of you and he loves you, man. I can tell you that for sure.
That's right. And then he also HG writes don't gotta say nothing, homie.
Don't gotta say nothing.
As a bottle, gonna get you a pen pal también, ese.
Ese, hi, Vito. Hey, you know what I like, homie? I like your introduction. Your what's that called? When you're narrating your narrating of the call is fucking awesome. I mean, it sounds like I'm watching like some old school movie, like fucking Bound by Honor or American Me or something. Oh, wait, now that I mention that, they're remaking that movie, Bound by Honor?
Nah, what? Nah, they're gonna mess it up. No way. Nah, that's a classic right there.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Palabra, homie. They're gonna have the GTO tablets and everything. We're gonna be into the podcast. But yeah, that's the word, homie. That's the word. They really are doing it right now.
You heard it here first.
Palabra.
Bound by Honor.
Yeah.
Blood In, Blood Out. The remake. 2000.
Blood In, Blood Out.
2028.
The remake. Palabra. Yeah. I gotta find you a Miklo, homie, and I gotta find a fucking puppet. Puppet, don't look at me. Remember that part when the homie had to kill his brother, like a little puppet?
Hey, so puppet, call us back. It's about to hang up.
Yeah.
Oh, hey man, hey, nice to meet you, or you know what I mean. I'm Wedo. Is it Wedo or Wedo? From Arizona. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just wait for Javier to call us back, and sometime this week I'm gonna go ahead and continue with I gotta reach out to Robert and also to Kevin, so we could go ahead and continue. I think Kevin or no, Robert, I believe he says he's free on Wednesday, so I'm gonna send him a message today, and maybe we could coordinate something.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Talent. Usted tiene una llamada propagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello, Javi. Hey,
Yeah.
so HG pone. He's like, and what's crazy?
Yeah.
This whole time I thought you were a gabacho. What the what?
Hey, fool. Hey, homie. I really do appreciate the fact that you know. But this is kind of acting, homie. So you got it in you, homie.
No,
You
yeah, I'm
hit
always.
that, what's that? The homies industry. You're good, homie, and you came out of shell. You broke out your shell, homie. And let me tell you, dog, I commend you. Like I tip my hat to you to that because I really do appreciate the way you relate the question. It kind of has a little, kind of has to it, you know. It makes you get a little tired. I appreciate it.
Hey, and then he put, and then after that gabacho, he put, no disrespect, ain't nothing wrong with that, but how you talk, ese. Now, you know what? That's funny because, like, when I talk, the way I talk online, it's like I want to be more, you know, carry myself with a, you know, more professional. But, you know, with my homies and whatever, you know, we talk a certain way. And I mean, if you know me, then you know that I really, like, every day, like, this is my work voice, you know, when I'm at work. You know, I can't be talking. And then el LBCK.
Hey, we want the hoverboard, homie. Come on.
Hey, el LBCK 15 pone.
Come on, the way out.
Hey, el LBCK 15 puso. James got a veterano, bro. Watch out, Holmes.
Hey, he does. Hey, James, hey, palabra. You look like a homie in prison, homie. There was a homie, and I could say his name because there's a millions of them, but there was a homie, we used to call him Sluggo, right? That fool had a big-ass brosa like you, and that fool used to carry a pompo, and he was always talking to you.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Like every other word, he would comb his brosa. And that shit would cover his bottom lip. It was crazy, homie.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, you got a fucking whip, boy.
Right now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna share a story with you. When one of the last times I hit, I think it was the last time that I hit county, when I had a brocha. But first, I'm gonna read this comment right here. So HG point, it makes sense. But the other day when you have half the screen with Javi, it kind of fucked me up. You know, when we're at the zoo.
Yeah, hey, so they seen that, huh? Are you talking about when you could only see half your face?
So it was.
Is that the one you're talking about?
So you know the video, the one at the zoo. You know, it was half of your face was on one side, and then the other.
Oh
half
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But
you had a beard. Oh
huh? Yeah. I had a little bit. I was trying to grow out, but so I might share this story with you. When I was up in Wayside one time, this was like maybe 2000, and it was in 2001. All right, I was working. I don't remember if it was medium north or medium south, and I used to be on work crew. I used to work in the kitchen, man. We had it lovely, and but I ended up getting into it with one of the cooks, the free staffs, and then that fool ended up booting me out, and then I ended up getting booted. Yeah, they booted me from there, and then they ended up putting me on work crew, and then work crew, like heavy lifting and it's moving sandbags and all kinds of stuff, man, that I'm not used to. I'm not cut out for hard labor. Hell no. I'm more of a paper pusher type.
Preppy ass.
I'm a paper pusher.
Okay.
And so they ended up putting me in. And so they, when like your first day there, they would ask you when you were on work crew. They were like, "Hey, like what kind of jobs did you have, you know, on the streets?" And then I was like, "Man, well, I've only worked at Radio Shack and I've worked at Starbucks." So everybody started calling me Starbucks on work crew. And on the first day.
Yeah.
Man, they had us rolling around dirt and like what is it a dolly or I don't even know what it's called, where you put all the dirt and it has that one wheel. It has that one wheel on the front, boom, and then like I'm like I'm over here trying to not to drop it and stuff.
Oh, wheelbarrow, fucking dolly. Yeah, you're not cut out for hard labor.
Nah, I'm not cut out for hard labor.
Wheelbarrow.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, the wheelbarrow. There it is. Yeah, the wheelbarrow dolly, something like that. Hey, so
okay.
So then, so man, it was brutal, man. I got ampollas on my hand. It was all bad. And then, so the reason I'm telling you this story, I'm just throwing some background on it. But so at that time, I had a brocha, and then I used to carry those little Bob Barker, the toothbrushes, the little, it's like, I don't know, like maybe like 3 inches big. I used to carry one around.
The tiny ones.
Yeah, the tiny ones. And I used to carry it around, and I used to always be brushing my brocha. Like right there, I just, when we weren't doing nothing, I would just be chilling, call me the brocha.
Yeah.
And then there was a sheriff, man. Me caía mal. His last name was Shoulders. I couldn't stand that vato.
Yeah.
And then one day, that fool, he was always trying to mess with me for some odd reason. It was, I think, because the way I carried myself, I really didn't care like what they had to say. Like he would come around, and he would make like stupid little comments, and I wouldn't react to them. And so one day we didn't have nothing to do, so they took us to the auto mechanic shop, and then the free staff was like, hey, you guys could walk around, it's cool. I'm good with it. So I'm like, all right, then cool. So I walk off, and I go to the auto body shop, and they have music. So when you're busted, you're not listening to any music. Yeah. So I'm over there, whatever station, I don't recall what station it was that they were playing, but whatever they were playing, I didn't care because I hadn't heard music in months. The only time that in county when you would hear music would be on the Grey Goose, and that's pretty much it. You weren't hearing any music besides that. And then, so in his shoulder come, and I'm like, he was like, what are you doing over here? I'm like, well, the staff said that we could chill as long as we stay in the area. So sure enough, Shoulders goes to as a free staff, like, hey, did you tell him that? And you know what the free staff did? He denied it. He was like, nope, I didn't tell him he could. Straight up. And then, so they ended up. So if I'm like I said, I don't remember if it was medium north or medium south. It was one. It's the one that was pods. I know one of them is a dorm. I've been in both of them. But then the other one was a pod. The one I was in was the one in the pod that had pods, and it had Eero. So they ended up taking me to Eero. Yeah. And then man, I had a bad experience just overall that time. I ended up in Eero, and then you gotta wait there for like 3-4 days before they come to see you. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's committee or whatever, and or the sergeant's court, and then they're reading the charges or whatever, and they're like, I don't know, they give me like a week or something. So anyhow, and they have you single cell in there. So man, it was probably like the worst. I think that's probably one of the worst times that I've ever been by myself. Just being by yourself, like no human contact. Those doors and that thick concrete. You can't even hear you couldn't even hear your cellies on the other side. So the only thing you could do is look out the window. But when you look out the window, it was just a wall, and then there's a payphone right there. So there was a lady cop.
Nothing, huh?
A lady cop came by, and she's like, hey, get off the window. And I laughed in her face. Hey, big mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Because she's like, all right. She left, and she came back. She came back with like 3 other gooners. They got me. They put me out of the cell. They made me put my hands behind my back. They ended up, pushing my legs forward, pulling my hands back. And then they're like, do something. Like, do something. Like crazy ass fool, like all roided up. I'm not doing. I'm not no fool. Like I'm about to go home.
That's how they are.
Yeah. And then
that's how they are, bro. They push you.
Yeah. So these fools were straight scanners. You know what they did? They got my covers, they got all my sheets, my pillow, everything, and they threw it in the toilet. And then when they left, they were laughing. And then in Eero and County, if you've been there in Wayside, it's cold. It's the air conditioner. The air conditioner is super cold. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 60 in there, like 60 degrees. But it's really cold. Maybe even 50. Who knows? I'm not sure. I don't have a thermostat in there. But they threw all my stuff, everything they threw in the toilet. And then I went in there, and these fools are walking on there laughing.
At the door?
Who? Oh yeah, El Presidente.
Hey, guess who's on the door right now? El motherfucking Presidente in the house.
That's right.
El Presidente. I'm not being hey, tell him my big ass fucking brosa. Hey, he got a beard on. He was telling you to cut your beard. Remember? You just telling me you want me to cut your beard?
Yeah.
Di algo. He's right here. What's up, big homie?
Hey,
yep.
What up?
What's up, big homie?
What's up? Hey, how's it going?
What up? He said, how's it going?
Hey, It's going.
I see you a movie star now. Hey, he said you're a movie star now, homie. Hey, we were just talking about you, dog. He was saying how the whole thing started. Yeah, so you took he gave you a lot of credit, homie. You're his fucking homie. Yeah. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I thought it was important to tell you that now, James.
What happened? It's all choppy. It's choppy right now.
I haven't gotten her. No.
Huh?
Okay. All right, my boy. Hey, he said he'll talk to you later, James.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
thank
he
you.
sent his
Gracias.
love.
Hey, so
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, sorry. Yeah.
So
Hey, I apologize.
Hey, we're good. So
Yeah.
I go back in.
Okay.
And all my everything's in the toilet. I'm like, oh man, it's all bad. How am I gonna sleep? Like I can't sleep with this. It's cold in here, and then I can't throw wet blankets on me. So, the only thing that I could do was I don't know if I put like my sweater on and I put it like under my legs and it was a cold night. It was a very cold night that night. And then in the cold, stuff doesn't dry fast. So I don't remember how many days it took for my stuff to and if you're asking like, hey, like what like did you use covers that were thrown in the toilet? Hell yeah, I did. Like it's a no-brainer. It's that or it's all it's either
Oh my God, homie.
yeah. So
That's
then
a horrible feeling, James. I've been there, homie. That's why I can't wait for you to finish so I can say, hey, homie, I'm telling you, dog, that is nothing nice. Because you got a choice, right? You can sleep without the blankets and freeze your ass, or you can sleep with closed blankets and be cold. Because you were still cold, because the fucking blankets were cold, right? That's ugly, bro. They did you.
Yeah, they did.
They did you, homie.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Hey, but you know what?
Man,
I I'm gonna tell you something else. So whenever I don't know if it was like I was in there for like a week, 2 weeks, I don't remember. But when I got out of there, man, it was great. To walk back into the pod and hear all those noises. Everybody's socializing and stuff. I was like, man, I never want to go back to Ebro. It's all bad. And I could see how people could break. From being deprived from human contact.
Yeah. I was like that for 3 years, homie. Remember my first time I went to the hole? Remember I was telling you?
Yeah.
I went to the hole when there was no, just like you lived. Like they were only giving you one blanket, one sheet, one pillowcase, and jaw flaps. That's it. No pants, no sweats. You were in your boxers, homie. My legs would freeze. And I'm the kind of individual that I can't have my legs cold or I won't sleep. So I would fucking get up and exercise till like 4 o'clock in the morning just to get tired and warm up my legs. So yeah, I know what you went through, dog. That shit is nothing nice, homie. And then you were just doing like what, a county lid? How much time were you doing?
Yeah, well at that time, I was a county lid, and you had to do at that time it was 7 months and 20 days, and but I was trying to get home. I told you earlier on that I would have been trying everything in my power, to try to get home earlier. So what I was doing in my case was I was applying for everything. I was applying.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I was applying for house arrest, but
Hey, James, these pesos that I cut in, homie, I know I did it twice, but I have to cut in because now I get it. Now I know why you're saying that because I remember you. Watch, tell everybody how you made it out, how you got time off.
So
remember you told me?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was, I had applied for a house arrest, but I didn't qualify for it because I had a failure to appear as a juvenile. So with that, you don't qualify for any type of.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Any type of action.
Yeah.
So there was this other thing. It was like this mystical creature of that you could apply for. It was called county parole, and this was in LA County Jail. And a few people told me about it, but nobody ever qualified for it. So I asked the coppers if they could give me that form. They gave it to me, and what I ended up doing was I got 2 of them. So I mailed one out, and then I gave another one to somebody that was going home, and I asked him to mail it for me because I wasn't sure if the cops were gonna mail it out. So I figured I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because they mess with your mail.
It's hard, homie.
Yeah.
Fucking change. Wow.
Hey, so call me back so I could go ahead and.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Los Angeles County Wayside, either Medium North or Medium South. It's also known as a Peaches Detention Center. And I just added a link right there. Hey, what's up, Mac Ryan? How's it going? And thank you for the little puppy and the little palm trees and the cold emoji. Yeah, it was definitely a cold night. At least for one night, definitely. It was all bad. And then right now when Javi calls back, I'll go ahead and continue it. I think I've shared it before, but maybe some of you haven't heard it.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
Hello, Javi.
Yes, sir.
All right, so like I was saying, so I had applied for county parole. So what county parole was, it's they would if you do half of your time and you apply for it and you qualify for it, you would go in front of a board of 3 commissioners, and then if they found you suitable, they would let you out right then and there. So by that time, I think I had already been in maybe like 3.5 months. So they came to visit me when I was in Ero. And I got a visit. They're like, you got a visit, but it was like Wednesday or something. It was like middle of the week, so you don't get any visits during the middle of the week unless it's like your lawyer. So I go to the visit, and then they introduce themselves. They tell me, hey, you applied for the county parole program. I'm here to interview you. And I don't know. They were just asking me about like what got me in there and what was my home situation, like just a bunch of basic basic information. I had somewhere to go. And pretty much I did. I had somewhere to go. So they told me that I was gonna be going to county, and I think they said like 2 weeks or maybe like 3 days. Anyhow, they ended up shooting me from Wayside. They ended up shooting me to the old county, and man, I got there. It was all bad. I remember I got there and people were sleeping on the floor, and luckily, I didn't have to sleep on the floor. Somebody hooked me up with a bed. They took a gava off their bed, and they ended up putting me on, which was highly appreciated. Because there's Freeway Freddy. Those big ass rats as big as what is it?
Nobody want to be on the floor.
Nope.
You get rats.
Yeah. And then so the following day, I ended up going to the hearing, and it was a trip because they took you to this part of the county jail that when you were being interviewed, you can actually see, if you would look to your right, you can actually, they had the door open, you can actually see the parking lot, and you could see people walking by. So just hearing that, hearing like the birds chirping, people walking by, like you're picking all that, all those sounds that you're not accustomed to hearing. What you're accustomed to hearing, the cops yelling, "Get down!" and the door shutting and smelling bleach and all
that shit.
So
prison talk,
So pretty much, and when you go to that committee, they interview you too, and they ask you like why should they let you out, and even though they had saw that I had from a juvenile all the way up until that time, I would easily have at least two arrests per year, and they were like, hey, like why would you why should we let you home? And I pretty much just told them, like at this point I already know, like I'm at the end of the road, I'm at the fork of I'm at the fork. I could either go right or left, you know. And next step for me was going upstate, and I wasn't ready to make that commitment because upstate it was years already, and the judge had warned me. He told me, like, hey, James, if you ever come back to my courtroom, I'm gonna max you out, and that was that was good enough for me. And I didn't want to go back. Good, and then sure enough, so they came, so then they, after the interview, and I think what helped too, my brother ended up coming and speaking on my behalf, to show support. That really helped me out. And then so they interviewed everybody. There was about maybe like 8 or 9 people that had gone to this committee, but a lot of everybody except me. I was the only one that hadn't been upstate before. I hadn't been to prison, and everybody was like they were on parole and they were out on bond, and it was a desmadre. Like these fools were like, you definitely didn't want. In those days they were not gonna let you out, and there were some bad dudes. So they came back, And then the sheriff starts reading off, so he says Martinez denied, Lopez denied, Miranda denied, and then they come to James. Granted, and everybody looks at me, and everybody was heated. They were heated, and then
hell yeah.
And then some dude was like, "Hey, give me your since you're going home, give me your." Cause I had a thermal, a white thermal from county and I was
that's the first thing people do, huh? What can I have?
Yeah.
What can I have?
Oh no, you know what? He was already heated. That dude that asked me or he demanded the thermal. He was already mad because he needed to use the restroom, and the cops right there, they wouldn't take your handcuffs, and they have you like they have the everything. They have you wrapped around the chest, the chains. Yeah, the shackles.
Yeah,
shackles. He needed to use the restroom, but the cop couldn't. The cop wouldn't do it. So I needed to use the restroom, but I could slip my handcuffs. And so I slipped my handcuffs and I used the restroom, and then I just seen that fool glaring at me like man, I wish I could hurt you.
Llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
He was heated, so and then the cherry on the top was, I left, and then I told him that I wasn't gonna give him the thermal, and I ended up giving it to somebody else back when we got into the dorm. But yeah, they definitely weren't happy, and I ended up getting out that day. Like within a few hours, I got processed out, and man, I came home in March. I wasn't supposed to be home until July. So I mean, 3 months is 3 months. I didn't have to be in there for the whole 7 months and 20 days at that time.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, but 3 months you could have got more time. You know that. So you did good, bro. Where you at right now was meant to have believe that. So yeah, you did good, though. Say, you're one of them individuals that learn. Like you learn, like you knew, like you said, you knew that was not for you, and you said, "Fuck that! I want to be good. This is not for me." And you had to change your heart and your attitude and your mindset. Just switch. It's like a light switch, homie. Like a light bulb went off, and like I'm not doing this shit.
But you know what? I'm not gonna make it seem like I got out and everything was fine and dandy. All that happened was I just started. I switched up the type of things that I was doing. The things that were getting me caught up, those were the things I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
I just switched it up from one thing to another. And luckily, I was fortunate enough not to, either, and I will say this, as far as myself, there was a lot of times that I should have been taken in, but the cops, for whatever reason, I don't know. They were either too lazy to do the paperwork, process me. They were gonna go home. They were gonna go see Sancha. Whatever the reason was, they would. It
could be prayers.
Yeah.
It could be your mom's prayers. Moms stay praying for us. When they know we're fucking up, moms feel it and they do these good prayers. So who knows, bro? Like, or it could maybe did you meet your wife short after? Maybe it could have been your girl that you met. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Okay. I didn't meet my wife until I think 2008. But I already had it on my mind, that last time, I had been through the halls, I've been through county, and I had never thought about, switching it up. But by that time, I was already like, I knew it was serious already. And if you're not gang affiliated, it's a hard time. So especially if you don't have support on the street, if you don't have your girl or many girls or all kinds of people supporting you while you're incarcerated, it's going to be a hard time. And for me, like my family, they weren't, I'll get lucky, like here once in a blue moon, if I would get like $20 on my book. So, I was indigent, I would get those 2 little envelopes, the little cheap razor, the big razor. Yeah, I was indigent. Yeah, I needed to get a free haircut. I'm getting it all. My two. I'm gonna get the fish kit. That's what they used to call it, the fish kit.
Yeah, but all that made you person now. I mean, you became fucking appreciative of what you got now. So it all made you much better person. It's not a lot of people make it out. You know.
Hey, Javi. Just to let you know right now, the audio is all bad. It sounds like you're underwater. I don't remember if you remember.
Yeah, and I was gonna tell you. Let me redial when it does that. It did it real quick. Let me redial.
No, hold on. I was gonna tell you this was gonna be our last call because we're about to be hitting 2 hours, and I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go handle my scandal right
here.
With my
right. Yeah.
With my female.
I gotta finish. I gotta finish my sistema, homie.
I gotta go pop
Hey, your
out
girl
the...
probably, hey, she's probably side-eyeing you right now, huh?
No, well, I'm in the
Hey, I can
room.
picture her at the door going like this. Oh, hey, but anyhow, just for a joke, don't kill my joke. Hey, but I picture her just pointing at you like, come on, man, like doing 2 hours already. What the fuck? But I know she's not. I know she's probably your biggest supporter on me. Yeah, Simon. You know, I lost some time. Homie, some guy tell me this. It's not like I can't know. She's not. Everybody asked me. I never know what it is and or around. Oh man, I feel like we have time already.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cállate, Javi. Hey, Javi, no te calles, huh? Fucking matralleta. Hey, that's what they used to call me in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I used to play soccer, right? And my soccer game was Javi la matralleta. The Uzi machine. I wouldn't shut up. I'm always just clowning everybody. I took after my about that. I guess it's good, but it's bad too, homie, because I'll be cutting in, homie. I got that. What do we have?
ADD. Yeah, you got the high definition version though.
Yeah. Hey, does everybody know your handle, homie? The Chili Line? For the new listeners that don't know? That's Chili Line James right there.
Prefer to be called Collect Call James.
Collect Call James, a.k.a. Chili Lime Limon. El limoncito. Jaimito Limoncito. Hey, but hey, I had fun, homie. This was cool. We touched a lot of things. We talked about a lot of things, and on the next one, I'll get back into my story, and for sure, I'll tell the homie about how I did that facelift, because I didn't even get into the detail, but I was trying to look younger, and a lot of it, I was using tape. So maybe I could leave them.
Since you said that, do you guys have morning day room tomorrow or night day room?
Morning.
Hey,
we got morning and night.
Let's run one in the morning because there's nobody out there, and you could tell that story via face.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, 9 o'clock, 9:30. I come back from school at 9:30, so about 9:45 I'm there.
All right. Okay. All right,
homie. But I don't want this shit to hang up on us. It's about to cut off.
We got 3 minutes, so
okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the outro, and to everybody, thank you for tuning in. We had LBCK 15. We had let's see, we had Mac Ryan, and then we had HG. Who else did we have in here? We had Fish Lair SoCal. We had an ICEMAN. We also had Navvarro D86 coming in from Riverside. And then who else did we have? Did I miss anybody? Yeah. Oh, and we had Angel. We had Angel from the 805.
Oh yeah, Angel. Saludos a todos. Saludos al Angel. You know what? Before it cuts off, I also want to say, man, Richard, I don't know if he's ever tapped back in. I think I want to say that he's doing. Remember, he was going to college to do some testing to become a doctor. So if he's still working on that, man, I wish you luck. And if you ever get a hold of and maybe hear this on a playlist or whatever, it's always important that I send a shout out to him, man, because he got me my sweats, man. And every time I throw on my sweats and I go up to night yard and I get to running, I remember, man, this dude, he knows me from nowhere, and he did that. It humbles me to the point where, I get lots of words, bro. And so, yeah, I want to be sure I say that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, definitely. I give a shout out to Richard from Colorado. Also, can't forget about Righteous Monkey.
Oh, yeah. Righteous Monkey, LoadofBotox, La Marlene, La Regina, La Biddy K, whatever happened with Amy? Amy hasn't been tapping in, huh?
Oh, you know what?
Amy, saludos a Amy.
She was actually on here yesterday.
Hope everybody's doing good. Okay, well, saludos to Amy, saludos to everybody. Everybody, if I forget somebody, I mean it and no bad. My memory is bad. I think we had one in there that had a 1967 something.
Yeah.
1967 Chevy or whatever.
No, it was a Puerto Rican flag. Puerto Rican flag, I think underscore 1967.
Okay.
Yep.
And by far, man, like the one that stands out a lot and it's always funny and always got like some...
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Like Fischler, SoCal, and Iceman, man. Like Iceman always, he texts me and he sends me messages and they're always encouraging. They're always positive. And you know what, man? To me, that means, and that is more than any monetary value, any money, anything. You hear me?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, we got 30 seconds.
Matralleta! I cut that fuck through you like get away! All right, my boy. Hey, with that, I'm out, homie. I'll give you the last 5 seconds, homie.
That's right. Hey, like you know, like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, and with that, we're out. Hey, have a buenas noches.
We're out. All right. Buenas noches, homeboy. You have a good night, eh?